Bless you. Bless you.
You're welcome. Look, you know what? And it's so funny because.
Do you mind turning on your light over there?
Can people hear me right now?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. I'm just getting used to this whole live thing.
Consider every microphone hot.
Yeah, I'm just getting used to this live thing.
We're live. The whole show's live. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, as far as like being on camera.
Oh,
and,
yeah. There's that.
know, Jeff yawning, all that
That's
stuff.
every day.
At least he doesn't have his hands in his pockets. That's when things get real interesting. 10 seconds.
Everybody still rock the road to me.
Let's get back to your wake-up call with Phil Quinn. Brought to you by Phillips Drugs on Richmond's Classic Hit.
It is 6:45 on your wake-up call. Thank you for joining us. Kelley, Cruse-Nicholson over the co-host chair.
Good morning.
And we also have Jeff Lane in from the newsroom.
We need to fix that last song.
What's that?
Still Rock and Roll to Me by Billy Joel.
There's no more rock and roll?
No, it cuts off the part where at the end where he goes, woo, woo.
It does.
Well, that could be me. Because I'm so interested in talking to Jeff Lane about the headlines, I might have taken that part out. Just to kind of speed things up a little bit, keep us on the dial. Thanks for everybody joining us on Facebook Live. They're looking at the back of my head right now. Again, a Sharpay neck. But we'll have to figure out how to put a different camera angle somewhere. We got to see if Kelley likes hanging out with me first. So, what's going on, man?
All right, our lead story this morning is a follow-up to one we had yesterday that got a lot of reaction from people across the area, and that is Wayne County puppy mills.
Oh, boy.
We told you yesterday that Wayne County was one of the leaders in the state, and not in a good way, in terms of the number of puppy mills with 14. I did more checking yesterday. A different organization has also addressed Wayne County's situation. That would be the Humane Society, which every year puts out a list that it calls the Horrible 100, which identifies the very worst puppy mills nationally. And guess what? One Wayne County puppy mill made it. It's one in Greens Fork. The exact identity and property owner is not identified in this report, and most of the details are really, really graphic and not pleasant to hear about. So I did not include those, but just suffice it to say that a lot of puppies and adult dogs found in poor health, housed in crowded cages, without adequate shelter from the elements. And then kind of in a related story yesterday, President Trump, and I think one of the few things that just about everybody can agree on, signed legislation that makes animal cruelty a federal offense, now punishable by up to 7 years in prison.
I'll insert my own political comment here and say, even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, everybody.
Wow.
Facebook won't take me off, are they?
No.
No, you're right. I mean, look, politics aside, there's three things you can always count on getting Facebook riled up. Anything involving kids and school buses, animals, and veterans.
Sure.
If you tick off any one of, that makes sense, I guess. So it's kind of hard. Kind of hard to go against that.
Yeah.
Blind squirrel, though, is true. True story.
I know. You mentioned
You're the
that.
Democrat in the room.
I am the Democrat in the room.
Well, what do you say about Trump being able to sign this into law?
Why?
Here
Why
we
are you
go.
doing this to me?
Here we
Why?
Well, look.
Jeff, here we
Hey,
go.
we have hard takes here,
Mm-hmm.
and we can be loud wrong, as I am often.
Okay.
But in this case, no brainer, right?
Here's the thing. No, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I'm an animal lover.
Right.
It actually really disturbed me yesterday when I heard this story.
Yeah.
And it's even sadder for me this morning when I hear that's as close as Greens Fork.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's.
We're close
it's
enough to
sad.
Green Fork. You can probably hear that puppy mill churning.
Oh, Philip. Yeah. Yeah.
She went Philip.
Yeah, I did.
I'd like to apologize. And again, I remind everybody that the views expressed by this portion of the show do not necessarily reflect those of Brewer Broadcasting. Amy Dillon, General Manager, Jen Steele, Program Director, anybody affiliated with the stations, Dave Stricker, so
That's all Phil.
Jim Brewer, yeah.
That's all Phil.
Let's talk about something Kelley knows about well. That's master plans. As you know, as you roll on Common Council, that master plans are necessary for different public entities, and the one for the Park Department is going to heavily involve the public, according to Superintendent Denise Retz. Public input's going to be sought as they look to kind of prioritize what services are going to be offered. Goal is to have it done by the middle of next year. I have a question for Kelley.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Once these
Here we
this
go.
is not directed at Richmond, or this is just in general.
Okay.
When master plans are done and complete, are they actually referred to a lot, or do they just kind of sit on a shelf?
They don't sit on a shelf. Master plans are presented. They can often detour
Sure.
from the original plan. Okay. I think people assume sometimes that they just are just a guideline that nobody follows, but that's not true. The one thing I can say though, and I cannot stress this enough, when they ask for public opinion on a master plan, or they're holding public, where the public can go and speak, please do. I think that's a lot of the problem is that people don't. They say, I'm not being heard. No one listened to me.
Yeah.
And the thing is let your voice be heard. Go out, public opinion. They're asking for public opinion. Get out there, let your voice be heard. I think that's important.
Two things on that, and my time serving with Kelley, we had Tony Foster, who was in charge of the
Yes.
comprehensive plan. He considered it a floating document. They would
Right.
use that term often, that it doesn't need to stay on the shelf, but it can adapt to the forecast of the community. So a property like Elder Beerman coming open may not have been a part of a previous comprehensive plan,
Right.
but now all of a sudden you got to figure out what to do with that.
Right.
The second thing is that usually you can almost guarantee 0 grants from state or federal government without having one.
That's true. That's
So,
true.
but in order to get people to go to the meetings, I think you disguise it. I think you say, we're considering legalizing pot within the Richmond city limits, meeting at 8 or at 4:20,
Oh, my
and then
word.
people come out.
Oh my word.
And then you go, well, we're kind of kidding about the marijuana part. You
Oh,
can
my
voice your
word.
opinion on that, but now that we have you here, let's talk about the comprehensive plan.
That doesn't actually follow along the lines of transparency, does it?
What-
Oh.
You could at least let people talk about it if they
Oh,
want
my
to try to
word.
legalize weed within the city limits. We need Richmond to have our one thing. What is it going to be? We were the city of roses. I say we do sports betting and build a casino at the old Reed property.
Oh my word.
Have you heard me talk about this?
I have.
Okay.
It's been a few years.
But
yeah.
I think people are numb to it now, and they just go, "Oh, he's squawking again." So, city leaders, county leaders are like, "Oh, yeah, I've heard that."
Yeah. We smile,
Shut up about that.
We smile
Yeah.
and we nod.
I got
at
that.
you when you
But
bring it
honestly,
up,
if you
know.
want full attendance for comprehensive plans, talk about something controversial. Put it on the agenda, and then only talk about it for about 10 minutes after you do all the comprehensive plan stuff. Then
Oh my
people are going
goodness.
there,
Okay.
right?
All right. Straight from the mouth of Phil Quinn. There we go.
The day before Thanksgiving is typically one of the heaviest travel days of the year. If you're planning on flying out of this area, a heads up from several airlines already are posting these warnings. All 4 airports in our area are included. High winds going to be a factor all day tomorrow that could delay flights. The Whitewater Valley, all of it goes under a high wind watch at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, goes throughout the day. Winds of 50 miles an hour expected.
Put your life really into your hands and fly a Cessna out of Boston. 50-mile-an-hour winds.
That's right.
You got a better chance of being in a drone.
And finally, I'll end with this one. I don't know why I find this somewhat comical, but I do. The Indiana Court of Appeals upholding the 25-year prison sentence of a Franklin County burglar. It would be shorter for me to list what he did not burglarize as
Okay.
to what he did, but I'm going to do it just for fun.
Okay.
He burglarized Whitetail Acres, Morgan's Canoe Rental, Vonderheid's Garage, Ye Old Shack, the New Trenton Deli, Lakeshore Resort, Arby's, 2 private homes, and tried 3 others but didn't get in. His attorney argued that 25 years was too long. The
Maybe.
Court of Appeals said, nope,
Yeah.
bye Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Habitual.
Habitual, yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Habitual.
I mean, I understand Robin and Arby's. They got the meats. But,
Oh my God.
you know, but
What is happening?
I'm dropping dimes today, aren't I?
What is
I mean, look,
happening?
it's a great segment. I'll be the first one to tell you. But no, you can't let somebody back that. They're not going to learn their lesson.
Yeah, see.
So, all right. Speaking of lessons, I am learning a quick one here that I am in the majority of people that do not like Christmas music wall to wall from Thanksgiving on. Our question of the day is, when should we start? And we have a lot of people that are in favor of me, which is a few days into December, not necessarily right as soon as Thanksgiving is over. Do you have a hard take on this? A hot take, I
You
should
know
say.
I do.
I know you do.
You know I do.
I know.
There's absolutely no excuse for any Christmas music to be played before Thanksgiving. There's a station in this area that went all Christmas the day after Halloween.
That's right.
What?
That's right. And they have no listener. I'm telling you, that's not a smart move. Their salespeople are running around trying to get people to buy something else.
Yeah.
But it can't be good.
Yeah, I don't think you go wall to wall till like 2 weeks before Christmas.
I don't think you go wall to wall
No.
ever.
Wrong.
But you think wall to
December
wall?
1st. December 1st. I've
Okay.
told you.
All right.
You know my take on this. And
Yeah.
the thing
All right.
is, I told you, my husband will not get in the car with me
He's smart.
starting December 1st. My car automatically
Yeah.
flips to
Oh,
24-hour Christmas music. I watched the
Our sister
Christmas
station.
story.
Our sister station,
24
95.3 The Legend, going all Christmas,
Yeah.
starting Thanksgiving, or after Thanksgiving.
Day after. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
There's nothing wrong with it.
But I can get behind that. I just don't want to have it in my ear constantly until about December the 15th.
Oh, be jolly. It's fine.
All right.
I
Thank
love
you,
it.
Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Manager and loan
First of
officer
all,
with First Bank Cambridge
hot
City.
takes.
I grew up in Cambridge
He's
City.
trying his
When you
best.
choose First Bank,
Get kicked off the air.
That is true.
Sitting there.
That is true. If I have this real passion
Do not draw me into
to be
your
fired
madness.
with 6 months' pay.
No, Phil Quinn.